Now solution to problem 2.35 or problem set 2.3 from engineering mechanics by Professor Timosenko, Professor Young, Rao and Pati. The statement goes like this: three equal inextensible strings of negligible weight. AB is a string, BC is a string, and AC is a string. The weights are negligible, means we will not consider their weight from their center of mass. We will not consider the weight of BC from this point downward. We'll also not consider the weight of AB, the string AB from the center of mass downward. And we shall also not consider the weight of the string AC from the center. We shall not consider the weight of BC from the center of mass downward. We shall not consider the weight of AB from the center of mass downward. We shall not consider the weight of AC from its center of mass downward. We shall not consider. Now, these three strings are knotted together to form an equilateral triangle. AB, BC and AC, they are forming an equilateral triangle. Therefore, this angle is 60, this angle is 60, and this angle is also 60 degree. Let me write it here for you, 60 degree each, because the sum of the three angles in a triangle in a plane, the sum of the three angles is 180 degree. If you study positional astronomy, if you consider a triangle on the surface of a sphere, the sum of the three angles is not 180. That is to be understood. Since it is in a plane, so the sum of the three angles is 180 degree. And a weight W is suspended from point A. From point A, a weight W is suspended vertically downward. It is hanging. If the triangle and the weight to be supported with BC, this triangle are made of three strings of negligible weight, and this weight W has to be supported by BC with BC horizontals, such that BC remains horizontal by means of two strings at B and C. At B there is a string here, at C there is a string here, and means to this side you are applying some force, let it be P, to this side you are applying some force, let it be Q, such that BC remains horizontal. As shown in the figure N, this is figure N, each at an angle 135 degree. The force that P is you are applying, making angle alpha is equal to 135 degree here, and the force Q that you are applying to this side to keep BC horizontal, this alpha is also 135 degree. Then find each at an angle 135 degree with BC, then find the tension in the string 3. The string AB is marked as string 1, the string AC is marked as string 2, the string BC is marked as string 3. We have to find the tension in the string BC. Under the condition it remains horizontal, right? So what is given is alpha is 135 degree, ABC is an equilateral triangle, I explained. So since AB, AC and BC are strings, so the forces will be axial forces, that is tension force. So let S1 is the axial force in AB, S2 is the axial force in AC, and S3 is the axial force in BC. And as we know, in case of tension, the axial forces, they act away from their joints. Axial forces, that is S1, S2, S3, they act away from the joints. S1 is the axial force in AB, so it will be, this is a joint here, this is a joint here, so they will act away from the joint, right? that is equal to S1. This is also S1, this is also S1. For this, I have taken it as a S2. This is a joint, this is joint. So S2, they act away from the joint. This is also S2, this is also S2. This is S2 for the joint A. This is S2 for the joint C. This is S1 for joint B. This is S1 for joint A. And similarly for the part BC, where the axial force I have taken it as a S3, they will act away from the joints. This is your S3. This S3 is acting away from the joint B. This the same S3 is acting away from the joint C. Now then let us draw the free body diagram at point A. Point A, if you extend this line, like this, then this much will be 30 degree and this much will be 30 degree. So at A, the free body diagram is drawn for you. At A, the free body diagram is drawn. This is the weight hanging vertically downward. This is your S2 acting from the joint A. To this side is S1 acting from away from the joint A. This angle is 30, this angle is 30. So now apply Lami's theorem for three concurrent forces S1, S2 and W concurrent at point A. Apply Lami's theorem at point A. So W over sine of this angle, that is sine 60, is equal to S1 over sine of this angle. So this will be 180 minus 30 sine of this angle, that is S1 over sine 150 will be equal to S2 over sine of this angle. This angle is 180 minus 30, that is the same thing as sine 150. So if you cross multiply these two, you get S1. If you cross multiply these two, you get S2. And both are equal to W over sine 60 into sine 150. Now, put the value of sine 60, sine 150, W remains as W. So S1 is equal to S2 is equal to 0.57735 times the weight. The tension, the axial force in AB and in AC are equal. S1 and S2 both are equal. Now, we can draw the free body diagram at B and apply Lami's theorem, or you can apply free body diagram, draw the free body diagram at point C and apply Lami's theorem to find out S3. I am applying at B. So the free body diagram at the point B, this is your point B, that is same thing as this point. BC is horizontal, and in BC the axial force is S3. For the point B, it is away from the joint B. So that is what I have shown here. S3 is the axial force in the part BC away from the junction B. To this side is the force, let it be P, which we don't require. And to this side was your axial force S1 at point B, S1 acting away from the joint B. So this angle is 60 and this is alpha. This is given as 135. This is given as 135 degree. Now this is the point of concurrence of three forces S1, S3 and this force P. We don't require this. And this angle is alpha. So let us apply Lami's theorem at point B. S1 over sine of this angle, that is sine alpha, is equal to S3 over sine of this angle, Now, how much is this angle? This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, this is 60. So this much is your 30. Then from here to here is 90. Then this part from here to here will be 180 minus alpha. So S3 over sine 30 plus 90 plus 180 minus alpha will be P over sine of this angle, sine 60, which we don't require. We don't require this because we are not required to find P. We are required to find S3. So from these two, by cross multiplying S1 over sine 135, putting the value of alpha is S3 over sine 165, cross multiply and put the value of sine 135, sine 165 in a calculator, and S1 which we calculated, just calculated as 0.57735 W, and cross multiply, you get S3 is equal to 0.21132 times the weight W. We are not required to find P, so I am not using, I am not considering this. If it was required to find P, then you can consider this with this or this with this and cross multiply to find out P.